End quote. This is Jenn.
This is Becky.
And this is Too Close to Home, Ghost Edition.
Woo!
Ooh, very Scooby-Doo.
Very mystery mobile.
I am super stoked about today's stories. We'll start off with Becky's. And of course, I didn't know what she was going to be talking about.
Mm-mm.
Turns out I've been there and it's cool. So I'm excited. Let's do this.
Yeah, because you don't know any of the history of it. So now you get to learn a little bit.
Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. I feel like a celebrity. Like I've been there, guys. Don't worry.
So I'm going to start with like a brief little synopsis of everything, and then we're going to go into some details about them. This little synopsis is off the website for the Crescent Hotel, where you can still stay. Spend the night in the haunted Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, which opened in 1886 as a resort for the rich and the famous, but quickly became unmanageable and fell into disrepair. In 1908, it reopened as the Crescent College and Conservatory for Young Women. The institute closed down in 1924 and then reopened again in 1930 as a junior college. Then it closed again in 1934, and the Crescent was leased as a summer hotel. During construction, a worker named Michael was killed, and his ghost reportedly still haunts room 218. So when we go,
218.
218.
Check and check.
The hotel came under ownership of known medical fraud Norman Baker in 1937, who fancied himself a doctor. He turned the hotel into the Baker Cancer Hospital, claiming to have the cure for the disease, which he obviously did not.
It's like makes me think of Tammy Faye Baker. Maybe they're related.
Brother and sister. Patients who died under his care were buried right in the hotel's basement.
Ooh.
So just so you know, there's a whole bunch of dead bodies in the basement when you were there.
So definitely no Ouija board because you're not supposed to do it in a graveyard.
Oh, okay, then definitely not.
Leaving the baby Ouija board at home that time.
Yeah. He was arrested in 1940, but his spirits of the patients are said to still remain. Because the hotel is still open, guests often say they see apparitions and hear noises during their stays. And Ghost Hunters even has some footage of some movement in there. There's a bunch of shows that have gone there. It's claimed to be the most haunted hotel in the United States.
Oh, yeah.
It's on a bunch of shows. So, at the opening, the Eureka Springs Times Echo on May 20th, 1986 read as follows. With the opening of the grandiose Crescent Hotel, Eureka Springs entered a new and exciting era. Notables from afar arriving in our fair city, and soon many others will follow. The Crescent, built by the Eureka Springs Improvement Company and the Fresco Railroad, is America's most luxurious resort hotel. Featuring large, airy rooms, comfortably furnished, the Crescent Hotel offers the visiting vacationer unmatched in convenience and service. Tonight's gala ball will find in attendance many of the leaders in business and society. As a guest of honor, the Honorable James Blaine, the Republican presidential nominee, will be attending with his charming wife, Laura. The very popular Harry Barton and his orchestra will play for tonight's festivities. In the grand ballroom of the Crescent, the opening banquet for the 400 celebrants will be followed by a dedication ceremony where the Honorable Mr. Blaine will be the guest speaker.
I just want to make note that was Jimmy's fault this time.
It was. That's why I rolled my eyes.
Not us. We're not the ones ruining quality today, Jimmy.
The hotel was built at a cost of $294,000, which is a lot of money back in 1986. 2 years prior to 1986 to 1984 is when they decided to build the hotel. Powell Clayton and his associates chose the site. It was 27 acres at the north end of the West Mountain. The commissioning architect was Isaac Taylor. It was such a big undertaking that they had to make special wagons to carry the large pieces of magnesium limestone from the quarry site on the White River near Beaver.
Wouldn't that be the kind of stone that would hold the energy of ghosts better? Like, isn't there certain stones
We're getting to that.
Oh,
But
snap.
I can tell you've been watching your Ghost Hunters.
Yes, girl, yes. A lot of dude bros. Bro, did you hear that down?
So, because of the magnesium limestone, it wasn't something that people built with often. So, a lot of people didn't know how to cut it, how to do whatnot. They had to bring in a group of specialists from Ireland to work with the stone.
Snap.
And Mr. O'Shaughnessy, I'm probably O'Shaughnessy. I'm
Shaughnessy?
Sure. I'm sure I'm messing it all up. Looks like a mix between Sean, S-H-W-N, and Hennessy. So Shaughnessy. We're going to go with that.
Yeah, there we go.
Because the end part looks like Hennessy. So
how ghetto are you?
On a scale of 0 to 10, I'm a 9.
Into that Henny.
He was the spokesman and the leader for the imported group. He said throughout the many years of his stoneworking, he had never encountered a stone with such density and quality as the White River limestone. The walls were going to be 18 inches thick. That's how thick and big this stone was. Fitted with the use of mortar, and it would withstand the destructive forces of time and retain its original beauty for many years to come. And it is still standing and looking good.
Yeah.
At least from the pictures. The magnificent structure was furnished in the most exquisite manner. It was lighted with Edison lamps, furnished with electric bells, heated with steam and open grates, had a hydraulic elevator.
When I was there, it was like a regular ass elevator, I think. But everything was like, if you took out people just walking in there, took them out and took a picture, you would think you were back in that age.
Oh, really?
There really isn't a whole lot of like, you might see the computers and then like, I guess it was a bank at one time or something.
I didn't find that, but who knows? It could have been.
They're either teller spots or whatever. It's like, that's the check-in and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really neat, but it's so opulent. Like, I could see that.
It sounds really beautiful. And the pictures I seen were. It just gives you that creepy vibe just looking at it.
Oh, shit, yeah.
It's so old.
It's like The Shining, but minus the 70s. You just throw it back a little bit further, and it's like, ooh, I could feel the ectoplasm.
Oh, yeah. I bet you could. Well, before we started, Jennifer said there was a lot of cats there. So I'm going to give you a little history of the cats.
Yay.
There have been many cats that walked the halls. They said there's just something like cats are just like drawn to it. And they had a particular cat that he was an orange tabby named Morris. He walked into the lobby and stayed for 21 years. He became a fixture of the Crescent, and he was referred to as the general manager. This cat became the cat of not only the hotel, but also the community. A lot of residents recount. They said you couldn't go there without seeing him. And they actually ended up, it says, today visitors can step outside to the East Lawn area and see Morris's headstone. His photo and remembrance poem grace our lobby.
Oh, I didn't go down there to go look at that. I didn't
Yeah.
know. But in the lobby, there is like a little cat door and everything.
Yes, there is. Yes, they talk about it. And they still have like random ass cats that just wander about, and they let them. I guess
I
they're
mean,
like,
it keeps the mice away. So
sure.
shit.
And maybe spirits too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe
I'll have
they're
to look
like
into
spirit
that.
indicators, like they looking up in the corner with nothing there. Maybe you should leave the room. Let them have a moment.
So I didn't see too much about anything creepy or haunted going on or eerie when it was the colleges. But where all the real like bad juju comes to this place is when it became the cancer center.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you one particular story about a gentleman and his wife, and then we're going to talk about Homeboy a little bit. So in the spring of 1930, John Tunis's wife, Lula, was dying of cancer. In his private moments, John would beg God to not take his wife and would curse him for letting her suffer such a cruel end. By the end of May, Lula was running out of time. John placed her and their dwindling hopes in the hands of a man named Norman Baker. They prayed he could prove the cure that the medical establishment could not. Norman Baker was the founder of the Baker Institute. He was a flamboyant medical maverick with the new cure for cancer. He was always dressed in a white suit and a lavender tie. He owned a radio station and which had the letters of KTNT, which stood for Know the Naked Truth. He's very woke.
Very.
Oh, just wait.
If I could, in my head, I could see him with the white suit, maybe a dark tie and the straw hat. You know what
Yes, walking around talking about he knows their thing. He would fit perfectly in this time of our woke generation. Let me just tell you. He took the airways. He declared, because he was also a radio personality.
Of course.
He took the airways and declared war on big business and the American Medical Association. He believed that organized medicine was corrupt and chose profits over patients. He preached the gospel of alternative medicine, and he was the self-proclaimed champion of the common man against the ownership class. And he was on Tunis, John, and Lula's side, and he had the cure. Okay? Keep in mind, he was filthy rich, too.
Right.
We'll get into how he earned all of his money. It is doubtful that John and Lula knew much about the background of this man. He was a former magician who also traveled around and did mind reading with his first wife. So he started as a machinist. Then he saw a traveling act for like mind readers. So he became a mind reader.
We just joined the circus.
Then he turned inventor. And then he turned millionaire businessman. And then he became a radio host. And then he became a cancer doctor.
Which I feel like you're missing a lot of years there of education to be a cancer doctor.
And yeah,
there's not a lot of time for all those careers.
So what you're telling me is it's very similar to the Facebook doctors who know the cure for COVID and how to treat it.
Yes.
And okay, yeah, that's
I read a pamphlet one time and I know.
Yes, that was the vibe that I got too. Where was I at? See, I lost my place talking shit. Okay. They couldn't have known that Norman's magic elixir, air bunnies there, people, was nothing more than a useless mix of watermelon seed, brown corn silk, alcohol, and carbolic acid. But this was the cure for cancer, y'all. So if you want to go whip some up,
there's the recipe
right there at your house.
You're welcome.
Yes, you're welcome. Pledge your donations to us. We're giving you the cure.
Just pledge them, okay?
Too Close to Home podcast. They clearly didn't know that all Norman Baker had to offer was an excruciating pseudo treatment and betrayal of their last hope. But they learned. John Tunis would later testify in court against Norman Baker. And he would say, she took the needle treatments. She told me it was awful, that 5 or 7 needles a day were stuck into her, and they would hold them there until the medicine ran out. She said it didn't do much good, said she wanted to go home, that she was getting worse. She was in terrible shape when she left the Baker Institute and went down in bed right away. Lula was dead by Christmas.
Damn.
Yeah, he was a saint, man.
That's my new favorite holiday song, though. Dead by Christmas.
Norman, Mr. Dr. Baker, whatever the hell
Mr.
you want to call him. Yes. He bought and paid for a biography about himself called Doctors, Dynamiters, and Gunmen.
And I bet you that was real neutral. Not at all.
It was, 100%. The author, Alvin Winston, wrote, "This is an inspirational book for young and old. A fact story of how a man fought his enemies, how he faced gunmen, dynamiters, and enemy doctors, how he fought the medical racket, the radio trust, the aluminum trust, and
I thought you were about to say Illuminati, and I was like, God damn, he's doing everything.
And he did it for you."
Oh my God.
There is
such a saint.
He is.
Thanks, Mr. Dr. Baker.
There has never been a book prepared so carefully. This makes it the most important book ever written. Read the life story of Norman Baker, the greatest one-man battle ever fought. I tried to find it on Amazon to read it. Couldn't find it.
Must not been that great.
Just kidding. I didn't want to read that garbage.
Was it a New York Times bestseller? We'll never know.
We won't.
I'll pass.
That was how Norman Baker wanted the world to see him, as a crusader who fought to protect the common man against exploitation. Because he was woke. But behind the mask of humanitarianism was a man who leeched off the sick and dying to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. So we're going to skip some of that because I'm like, nah. So there was so much information about him, and I got so bored reading about it because I was like, you just irritate me. So
I'm sure you've met doctors like this guy, though, who thought they were the bee's knees.
Oh, yeah. They know everything. Like I said, his background started with him working as a machinist, and he would travel town to town making tools. This is when he was in town where he's seen a mind reader, and he met a woman named Teresa, and they traveled doing these shows for 4 years. And then one day he was tinkering in his brother's garage, and he actually created the air calophone. Do you know what that is?
No.
As soon as I show you a picture, you'll know what it is. It's a type of organ, and they use it. Think of like the big organs that you see in like movies at churches.
Right.
Or at the circus, because here you go. Here's a picture of it at the circus.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So he created the air one.
Oh, really?
It used to be hydraulic, I think, or run off steam or something, and he created where it just runs off air. That's where he got most of his money. He sold the first one for $500, which today is about $10,000.
Damn.
Yeah. And he made and sold these until, I skipped this part. He also decided to open up a art correspondence class, school. I'm sorry, not a class, a school, where he would teach people how to be better artists, but he was not an artist himself, nor did he have any art capabilities.
I'm going to teach you what I don't know.
Yes. So once again, just a con man. Like,
did he send out like the pamphlets, like the little envelopes where like, can you draw this bear? Like the art
That's
institute?
where they came from.
Did it really?
No.
Oh, God.
I'm just being smart ass.
I'm dead.
No. He went on to do many other jobs, and then he decided this is when he was going to attack the medical community. He just like decided one day, you know what? I don't think they know what the fuck they're doing, but I do. I do.
You know me. I can make a fancy organ. What do these doctors know? Nothing,
exactly.
Apparently.
Nothing. He decided to publish an article in the December 1929 issue of the new magazine TNT that related his findings. He asserted that using aluminum products, especially aluminum cooking utensils, cause cancer, which people still hold steadfast by that.
Except for the people who like to wear the hats.
Oh, you're right. I wonder if those are the same people that say like the aluminum in the deodorant and in the cooking stuff causes cancer. Because people still say that shit.
That's true.
Like he did, that legacy is holding strong.
Yeah, very strong.
1,000 years later, because that was 1929. This is 2022. It's almost been 100 years. Jesus Christ, Becky, get your life together.
I wasn't going to say anything. I was like, Jimmy can edit that later.
He warned that cancer was not curable through operation, radium, or x-ray, which they were doing that, drink radium, and that shit wasn't the right answer either. His new cure used none of these. He referred to surgeons as cutters. Norman's cure was non-surgical. Again, it was a series of injections. These injections would eat the cancer without harming the surrounding tissue. And the public could rest easy, knowing that there was somebody out there that could cure cancer without carving them up. So you're welcome, world. You're welcome. There was only one problem. All his patients died.
That's just a tiny hitch. Just a tiny one.
So the first one passed on November 25th, and the December TNT hit the newsstands anyway, with the front page proclaiming cancer is cured over a smiling picture of Baker and two associates. 3 days after Christmas, his second patient died. The third and fourth patients died in January and February. In March, Norman reprinted the December issue detailing the miraculous recovery of his 5 patients. They all dead, but he told them...
They miraculously recovered in heaven.
You know what? They were cured of cancer when they went to heaven.
Yes.
So, was he lying? Or was he just twisting the truth?
He's making it work for him.
In May of 1930, the last test patient died, and Norman reprinted the TNT issue again without changing a word. So he's printed it 3 times about how he is curing everybody.
Everybody.
Cure for you, he's Oprah. Got one for you. I got one for you.
You get a cure.
Yep. He acquired the cure from Oz's, Ozias. You guys can probably pronounce it better than me. In January of 1930, and opened the Baker Institute. The formula was the true solution in the formula was glycerin, carbolic acid, alcohol, which was mixed with tea brewed from watermelon seed, brown corn syrup, and clover leaves. Yeah.
So basically shit that he got up out of his yard or something.
Yeah, maybe some old spices left in the cupboard.
Well, yeah, fuck it. Let's do it.
Put a little dash in this.
Nobody's ever felt bad after a watermelon.
Yeah, exactly. And alcohol.
Yeah. That'll make me feel real jolly.
Put them together and you have hunch punch.
Cancer who?
Yeah. So, he left a lot of evil juju there. Left a lot of dead people there. A lot of spirits, I'm sure, are from that. So some of the most proclaimed, famed tales include Room 218, where Michael, the Irish stonesman, fell to his death when building the hotel. He's known to hang out there.
Oh, nice.
Which, I love me an Irishman. So, Michael, let's get together when we come.
Just talk to me, babe.
We'll bring some Guinness.
Right.
Tell us all the tales. Theodora, she's a cancer patient who's known to be seen fumbling for her keys outside room 419, as well as tidying up for the guests when they leave the room. So, we can stay in 419.
Listen, coming in solid.
Yeah.
You got turn down service from beyond.
This one, Brecky, is a 4-year-old child of Richard and Mary Breckenridge Thompson, who died in the hotel due to complications from appendicitis. He's often seen throughout the hotel bouncing a ball. I'm not really down for kid ghosts. They freak me out a little bit. So, Brecky, you can just stay in your room like you're supposed to.
Stay in your lane, brother.
Don't visit us.
You don't need to apparate nowhere.
Nope. Dr. John Fremont Ellis, the hotel's in-house doctor, circa the late 19th century, is most often seen, or his cherry pipe tobacco is smelled near his office, which is now room 212. So see, if we go stay in 218 and see Michael, we could stop by the doctor's room just a few rooms down, 212.
Yeah. No cutters around here. Just good old doctors with alcohol.
That's right. Morris, the famed hotel cat, is also known, who was the general manager, who's buried on the property, is regularly seen and heard too. Morris, you can come out and hang out too. Just no
what
pet
kind of fucks
cemetery
me up about
kind of
that
shit.
is like, what? I don't know if I saw an orange cat. What if that was actually a ghost? Shit.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
How do I know if it's a cat or a ghost? I don't know. They look the same. They don't wear clothes to period it,
Could you see through him?
No, I don't think I could.
But see, you weren't thinking there was going to be a ghost cat.
Nah. I could have just been like, it's bright out here. It just looks like that.
Uh-huh. That was Morris. He was just hanging out saying, what's up?
I seen the ghost, y'all.
He was good, though. He's chill.
Yeah, those cats are living their best fucking life there, though. Like, they were out there sunning. Like, they went through the little door, and they're laying on the back patio. People, of course, are visiting and stuff. And they're just like, oh, my God.
Living
like,
their
they're
best
little gods,
life.
like a miniature Egypt for them,
That's what I want to come back as.
Yes.
So the Crescent Hotel is America's most haunted hotel. The activity today is strong. And they actually have a yearly, what's the word I'm looking for, where a bunch of people get together and meet? Convention.
Yeah.
Yes. Of paranormal hunters once a year that all come and stay at the hotel at the same time and do.
Man.
Yeah, it's
that whole town is just so cute. And they have all the natural springs everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have like little areas where you can sit next to where the spring's coming out the side of the fucking mountain. Because it's all hilly and shit like that. But it's so cute just to walk around. But I'm 10 times more thrilled knowing that I might come across a ghost.
Legit. Like, that's where dreams come true.
And they had a spa, but it was weirdly in the basement.
Fuck that. Because that's where all the dead
That's
cancer
where all the
people
dead bodies
were.
are. So, like, imagine getting a massage and then your massage therapist walks in the room.
Exactly what I was about to say. That's the best massage I've ever had. And then she's like, hi, my name's Sarah. I'll be doing your massage. And I'm like, so do I have to pay for the one from the ghost or is that a freebie? Just wonder why your hands were so cold. Cold hands, warm heart.
Right.
Here you go, Jennifer. Here's a little follow-up. Many paranormal investigators have come to believe that limestone has a special ability to absorb and release electromagnetic and psychic energies. Crescent Mountain, the hilltop the hotel sits on, is predominantly limestone. And the massive 18-inch stones used for the body of the hotel were also made of limestone as well. These factors may very well contribute to the abundant paranormal activity the hotel guests experience.
Yep. It feels weird in there because, like, it has one elevator, and then you have these stairs that kind of, like, go in a square up, so you're able to look down and stuff. But there are, like, parts of it that you feel like you aren't supposed to be there. Like, it's not a hotel. You know what I mean?
Like you're intruding on somebody's space.
Right. It's weird. I didn't see anything. My Aunt Shannon and my cousin Hannah, shout out. They took me on a little tour. They were like, because they were buying a home there, and they're like, we're going to stay the night before we close on the house because this is going to be awesome. Maybe we'll see some ghosts. I'm like, that's why you're my family.
Right. Part of the mystery unsolved, there's a reoccurring phenomenon that happens in a spot on the 3rd floor where the hotel connects to the annex built onto the hotel when it was a hospital. This area has said to be a portal to the other side. Multiple guests have grown faint, with a few passing out briefly at the same stop on the nightly ghost tour with no reasonable explanation. The occurrences go in spurts, many happening over several weeks or months, and then none for some time. Guests suddenly turn pale, falling against the wall and sliding down the wall into a faint. Although the loss of consciousness does not last very long and complete recovery is immediate, it tends to further substantiate the hotel's legendary supernatural connection to the paranormal.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we're going to go to that spot so I can see if Jennifer's already pale, so I won't really be able to tell if she goes pale.
Like, Jennifer, what different shade of pale?
How much whiter can you get? Let's find out. Reports continue from the days of being a hospital. There's been quite an uptick in activity in the morgue. I think we have...
Hold on, where's the morgue at? I bet you that's where the damn spa was.
The basement,
God
yes.
Damn it.
Yes.
I should be like, hold on, let me pull this thing out of my refrigerator, and it's like...
it's one of those where they used to
body
store
drawers.
bodies. They're like, we have some bottles of wine, and they pull out the morgue drawer, and it's like...
Also, at the same time, though, I'd be like...
I probably wouldn't pass up the wine. I'd be like, you know what? Fuck it, you live once. Let's do it.
I'm going to need to be a little shit-faced to deal with these ghosts, okay?
I can check this off on my Never Have I Ever. When we play that game, people are, never have I ever drank wine out of a morgue drawer. I'm like, I have.
Put a finger down if you ever drank wine out of a morgue drawer and got a massage by a ghost. Boop. Bitches. Also, I mean, basically the cure to cancer. It's alcohol.
Yeah.
Call me Mr. Doctor. Thank you.
Mr. Dr. Jennifer. Thank you. They think they have stirred things up a bit with discovery of the remains, says Deborah, the Duchess, manager of the nightly ghost tours, referring to the 2019 uncovering of a secret bottle grave of the Crescent's most infamous resident owner, Norman Baker. A certified archaeological dig found hundreds of bottles of Baker's secret formula, as well as jars containing medical specimens that had been surgically removed from patients. They found that shit in the hotel.
Shit.
Legit.
And then they messed around with it. And if we all have seen a ghost show, construction makes shit pop off.
Yes. 100%. Isn't that creepy as hell? They found bottles of his fucking juice down there.
Juice.
I don't know what else to call it because that shit was not a cure.
No, it's not a cure.
So all it was some juice.
It's his hunch punch. It's a hunch that it might
I wonder how strong that alcohol is now. It's been down there fermenting.
Watermelon seeds and tea.
Oh, yeah. Shit, just smell it and you'll be drunk. I wouldn't drink it. No. But
I've drank a lot of things in my life, but it probably won't be that.
Will not be that. 100%. Unless you dare me. Double dog dare me.
Triple dog dare you.
Done. Give me the bottle.
Now we have to.
Yeah, I have to. A dark figure has been seen recently in the morgue, and there has been an increase in cold spots and reports of people being touched. I have mixed feelings on being touched by a ghost, but as long as it doesn't want to hurt me, we can like high five and shit. But
I love that. I mean, as long as it doesn't hurt me, we can high five.
Yeah. I'll even give you a hug.
I feel like that's something Emma would say. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. 100%. Year round, the hotel hosts paranormal thrill seekers. Over 35,000 of these ghost hunters will take the tour annually. The interest has spurred an entire community of paranormal enthusiasts who participate in a Facebook group called the Crescent Hotel Ghost Tours. Over 5,000 members from across the country have shared thousands of their photos and paranormal experiences while visiting the hotel. If you can't sleep one night, get on Facebook. Check out all the creepy-ass pictures that people have taken there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That'll help you sleep real good. We're going to end up doing that while we're there. You know that, right, Lee?
Oh.
We're gonna be reading about it. So I stayed at the La Concha in Key West, and that's the oldest, tallest building. I think it's like 4 stories. It's Key West, prime hurricane area.
Yeah.
And one night I couldn't sleep, and so I was like, I wonder if there's any ghosts in this hotel. And we were close to an elevator, and they're like, and on this floor, this guy on New Year's Eve, he was trying to back into the elevator with like a tray of like dishes and stuff from the party upstairs, and the elevator didn't match the shaft. And so it was just literally doors open shaft. And he fell down, and I'm like, and of course my room's right by the goddamn. I definitely didn't sleep that night.
You didn't go out there and see if he was out there?
Girl, I don't know what I would do. Could you be?
I would have went out there.
We did go on a badass ghost tour. At the end of the ghost tour, the guy had holy water, and then I guess they take eggshells and they crush them up, and then it makes into a powder, and you can put it on you to keep you safe from ghosts and everything. I'm just rubbing the shit out of those eggshells. Dousing myself in it.
Don't want to go on a ghost tour that requires holy water, because I feel like those are some evil fucking spirits. I want friendly ghosts. I want chill ones like tidying my room. This one bitch tidies your room.
Yeah.
Can she pack my luggage?
Right.
I'm cool with that.
Massage ghost therapist.
Okay with that.
Down.
Evil spirits I gotta douse with holy water. Not okay.
No for me, dog.
No for me. If you go on to their website, you can see a picture that was recently taken in the ballroom, and 100% there is a ghost in the background. I am going to pull it up real fast and show it to Jenn.
Do
you
see
it
now? Like the sleeve? Like yeah.
Almost looks like you can see a tie. Yeah. Yeah. Super creepy. So yeah. Creepy.
That back view of the hotel. I can't show you because I can't take the thing off. There's that red awning at the top. I did go out in that area. Well, I mean, I didn't go out because, I'm fucking scared shitless of heights. And shit. I was just like kind of glancing over. So like we went up to that floor. I think that's the highest. And then we walked down the stairs. But up in that hallway where that awning is where like they have all the historical pictures and newspaper clippings, which I mean, obviously was not going to stop and read a shit ton of that.
Right.
I'm the worst one to take to a damn museum.
Look at the shadow in the back. That's room 218 where Michael is.
I need to go back to the tidying room lady. Like, come on. You better be leaving some chocolate on my pillow.
But even on their website, which, that one's really creepy. Oh, never mind. It's a person. A real person. I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God, it's creepy. Oh no, it's just a regular person. They just happened to have
just scurry.
Just scurrying.
But there's tons of stuff people have posted, and there's some creepy stuff, man.
That's not a far trip. I mean, it's like 9-10 hours.
Yeah.
You're working on the weekends. I could take a couple days off. It's summertime. We slow as shit.
Yeah.
Girl, we go. I will talk to my Aunt Shannon tomorrow.
Oh, I'm for real. JJ will never go and stay here with me.
What?
Oh, no.
Jimmy, would you do it? He's like, yes, I would. We'll take our little speaker microphone thing that we took with us to
JJ is not like, well, I mean, he might go and stay. He just wouldn't like go on any adventures and go up to like the area where people pass out and shit.
He would be the one to pass out, though.
He would. That's why we have to
That's why he'd be like, nah, dog.
If I get him drunk enough, I can get him to do anything. He did tell me the other day, he was like, we're sitting down on the back porch and he's like, I really want to watch Joan of Arc. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, Jennifer really got me interested in it when I guess he like just recently listened to that episode because he's caught up. So I'm like, what did you go? I think he went back to ones he might have missed. And so he's like, really wants to go watch. He was like, because I watched it before. He's like, and I'm pretty sure it talks about that guy in the movie. And they made him seem like he was a really good guy. And Jennifer's podcast, he was not a good guy. I said, well, I think when he was with Joan of Arc, he was good.
Yeah.
He like converted and was good for a while.
When she died, that's when it
Then
all
he
went downhill.
Yeah. So
I'm pretty sure. I love him so much.
I do too. All right. So that was my ghost story. Now it's time for Jennifer's.
Well, the cool thing about mine is it's another place I've been to.
Nice.
We had actually already recorded a ghost episode before I left town, and we had this little break and everything. And I was like, well, I'm going to be going to this place, and I'm going to start my ghost hunting career, starting it officially. So what I'm going to be talking about is the Devil's Den ghost, and that's in Gettysburg. We went to a couple places, and we did a lot of recording. We went to Independence Hall. We didn't record there because, I mean, just Constitution shit. I don't think anybody was like, anything real brass tacks happening, you know? I don't know. It was old white men in charge of the country, maybe.
Wearing wigs. Doing weird shit.
Doing weird shit. Getting freaky with the wigs. And then we also visited East State Penitentiary, and we also visited Gettysburg. So, like, I know we're going to talk. I'm going to try to do an episode of all these ghosts that I might have encountered, but I don't think I did.
Aw. Bummer.
So at the end of this episode, we're going to include my recordings from when I was huffing and puffing around the hills of goddamn Gettysburg, because everything is fucking uphill. It was beautiful, but it did definitely make me understand better about like the whole layout of everything, because obviously it doesn't look the same as it did, as it's described, right? So you have Devil's Den, which is like a formation of rocks, and then they have the slaughter pen, and then you go up this hill and it's Little Round Top. So that's where most of the story happens. But I wanted to start off with like this really good quote that I came across. Normally we don't have quotes for these, but I'm going to do it my best Southern accent.
I'm so excited.
Some mother may yet be patiently waiting for the return of her boy whose bones lie bleaching, unrecognized and alone between the rocks at Gettysburg. And that was Alexander Gardner, Civil War photographer.
That was fucking amazing. Beautiful.
I know. That's all I've been reading. Like, everything I've read,
Great
it's like
A.
that is that voice that's coming in my head.
If anybody needs a Southern gentleman woman to
Mr. Doctor
in their new movie coming out or anything, I got your girl.
We're gonna be so rich.
Hit her up on Too Close to Home podcast.
Like, follow, subscribe. So my sauce is to start off how stuff works, which is funny that I got information about this off that site.
Oh yeah, I didn't give my sources.
You want to give yours real quick?
Go ahead.
Okay. Wikipedia, of course. National Park Service, Devil's Den, and waymarking.com, thedeadhistory.com, and civilwarghost.com. Like I said, it's a rocky formation, and it's kind of like a little bit of a maze. I could not walk up into it because it's quote unquote under construction, which you would think, how is a rock formation under construction? There are so many visitors to Gettysburg, and there was like a path that you could walk through it, and it had become slick and dangerous. So they're actually building stairs and safety ramps and shit like that. But of course, these rocks were around way long before the Civil War. It was formed with Little Round Top to the east-northeast and Big Round Top southwest by a periglacial frost wedging of the ingenious landform formed 200 million years ago when a diabase still intruded through the Triassic Gettysburg Plain. I don't know what any of that means, but...
Thanks for that geography lesson.
I know, you're welcome. Throughout the 1800s and before, they believed that the crevices between the boulders actually belonged to a big-ass snake. The snake was purportedly 8 to 15 feet in length, which is real precise.
Totally.
It might be 2 inches, might be 30. I don't know.
Hey, it's what every man says.
And they called him the Devil. Thus, the formation's name was formed, Devil's Den. Some of the soldiers' accounts use the name Devil's Cave, and a depression on the boulder that collects water actually resembles a flying horned bat. Not creepy at all. Does sound like my vibe, though. Was also said to be a spot of a Native American skirmish called Battle of the Crows, which I've tried to find more information about it, but, also was a little worn out of all this information. And then this is my favorite. I love when I'm writing notes during like research and everything. I said, the Civil War. I did the research so you didn't have to. We all know about the Civil War, but we also know that we fell asleep during some of those classes.
True.
Didn't care. We were snot-nosed teenagers. I mean, I get it. It's important shit. But
I know there was a Civil War, and that's about it.
But like, it's just so daunting. You know what I mean? So it's not like something a 15-year-old's going to be super stoked to learn about.
True.
So I just kind of condensed down what kind of happened to make this a important part of Gettysburg. On July 2nd, 1863, more than 165,000 Union and Confederate troops strategically gathered around the 2,400-person town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. The battle that took place over 3 blood-soaked days would claim more than 7,000 lives and tally an astounding 51,000 casualties, which are dead, wounded, and missing people. The Battle of Devil's Den was particularly intense and complicated by the unusual topography. This town is like very neat to visit. It is very touristy in like the downtown area, but what's cool is you can walk through, and I'll post pictures. I think I've even got pictures of the Crescent Hotel. I'll post those too.
Nice.
But you could be walking along and there's brick walls that have been around, and there'll be like little plaques saying this one's been around since the Civil War, and there's bullet holes in the brick still. So it was very like wild. And you'll be driving all through Gettysburg, and there will be these houses that people are living in, and they were Civil War hospitals, where they weren't really a hospital to begin with. They were someone's farmhouse, and they were like, shit, we got wounded. Throw them in here. Single-handedly, all the ghostly spots. So we did try to take some recordings there, but I don't think anything panned out for that either.
We tried.
We did look crazy talking to our hand the whole time.
I'm sure you did.
The Devil's Den was held by Union artillery and infantry, which with snipers in particular. And the barricade is located at the top of Devil's Den along the ridge line, which is a nice upwards walk. And I was real fat for that. There's a dirt path that winds through the rocks until arriving at the top of the barricade. On the second day of battle, some 5,500 Confederates from Major General John Bell Hood's division drew upon Devil's Den. Hood himself was wounded during the fight by shell fragments, and he remained lame the rest of his life, which I feel like that's an afterthought. Like, if I get wounded in battle, please don't say I'm lame for the rest of my life. Joined by 1st Texas, 3rd Arkansas, and the 44th and 48th Alabama Brigades, the intense fighting began. Brigadier General John Henry Hobart Ward of the Union called for his 99th Pennsylvania Regiment as reinforcements. However, a second wave of Confederates fell upon them from several Georgia regiments. After severe fighting, Confederate sharpshooters captured 3 Union guns. All the while, the 40th New York and 6th New Jersey Union regiments joined the battle in an area near the Devil's Den called the Slaughter Pen. I walked through the Slaughter Pen not knowing that's what it was.
Oh, jeez.
So, like, we were up by a little round top, and I was looking at a map, and it's not like a mall. You're not going to stop and see these signs that, like, you are here. You know?
Really? Shocking.
I'm having to look at, like, Google Maps, and the National Park Service has an app, too, but it's like an audio tour, self-guided, and it takes you in a certain direction, but I really wanted to get down to Devil's Den, so I'm like, it's right over here. I started walking, and then I kept walking down this hill, and down this hill, and then I realized it was so far that I knew I wouldn't want to walk back. So I made everybody stop, go back to the cars, and bring them around. But to get to that, I had to walk through this like real marshy area, and that's the slaughter pen. And so it's like super muddy. So you think all these troops coming in, converging and fighting, and it's not flat. It's full of like these big, huge boulders and rocks and everything. So it's like just throwing up extra tough to do. Blood everywhere, guts, people crying for the mamas and shit.
Yeah, for real.
So once the Union retreated, Confederates took Devil's Den, and one by one, Confederate sharpshooters began firing at Federals on Little Round Top, picking them off one by one. This battle was considered a Confederate victory, but we all know the South did not rise again, and eventually the United States became whole again after their loss of the Civil War. In total, during this battle, there was 467 killed, 1,600 wounded, and 500 missing in action.
Eesh.
There is some like interesting photos of that battle site because, as we know, photography was kind of like that was one of the first battles that in American history that they were able to capture a photography of. And you'll see like there's one super famous one of like a Confederate and Union soldier like dead next to each other. Well, they ended up taking like the dead Confederate soldier, dragging his corpse over. So they just took all these crazy ass photos and stuff. It's real wild. You have all this, and people laid out there for days. It wasn't like everybody was immediately buried, and everybody died a very harsh, rough death. And if anybody knows anything, that's perfect ghost soup.
Oh, yes.
I wanted to talk about the hauntings. In an article from the Harrisburg Telegraph in 1939, stated that there was a report of someone seeing two men walking on the side of the road that appeared to be injured. The person stopped the car to see if they needed help and noticed that they were carrying rifles and were dressed in stained and bloody old-fashioned military uniforms. The men told the Good Samaritan that their friend needed help and was propped up on a nearby tree. He walked with them to the tree and saw the man lying there with an obvious chest wound. He told the men he would drive to the nearest gas station and call for help. When he got to the gas station, the attendant said, "Don't bother going back for help. They won't be there. They're the restless dead of Gettysburg." By the end of the battle, over 2,600 men had been slaughtered in the area in and around Devil's Den and such aptly named natural sites as the Slaughter Pen and Bloody Run, which is actually called it was a creek. Mm-hmm. So like there was so much blood, they called it Bloody Run.
Okay.
It just feels like biohazard. Many of the visitors,
I was going more with sad and scary and haunted, and Jennifer
I'm like,
went with biohazard. That's disgusting.
Don't you know about bloodborne illnesses?
I do.
Many of the visitors to the area report that their video cameras and phones suddenly won't turn on or take pictures. And then they'll move on to a different spot only for them to turn back on and start working completely normal. Did not experience that myself.
Damn.
I know.
So upset.
Although if it had happened, I would have been super pissed.
Were you really feeling with all your energy you wanted to see some ghosts, or were you a little scared?
No, I really wanted to see it, but it was like, it's hard to look at it and be scared of the area you're in because now it's just fucking beautiful rolling hills and trees and valleys. And
you didn't have the vibe.
I didn't have the vibe
to get any ghosts.
No, and if it had been nighttime though, I think I would have been fucking scared shitless.
Can you go down there at night?
I don't know if you can. I think it closes at sundown, but I think there are tours that you can go on, but they're guided, and I think they're on a bus or whatever, which, I mean, buses run through there all day. It's not, you drive into Gettysburg without realizing you fucking drive into Gettysburg. It's just, this is a battlefield over here, and here's some monuments, and here's some more monuments. And you hear about every single one of these regiments because all their monuments are all throughout the park. Mm. A frequent sighting at the Devil's Den area is that of a disheveled man. He's barefoot, wearing shabby clothes and a floppy hat, and he often walks up to people and tells them, "What you're looking for is over there," as a helpful guide to what the visitor is looking for. He then promptly disappears, leaving those that have encountered him bewildered. The odd ghost has a name for himself as the helpful hippie. Sounds like my dad. Thought to be a spirit of a Confederate Texas soldier, this ghost has been captured in photographs going as far back as the 1970s. He's even shown up in pictures that didn't detect him when initially snapped.
Did you get a picture of him?
No, I did not. Also, I was very distraught because I did not know where things were. I was like trying to figure out where the slaughter pen was, because there's not a ton of signage. And I'm like, I even said to the recorder, I'm like, I keep hoping for this ghost to pop out to tell me what the fuck I'm looking for because I'm very obviously lost.
The helpful hippie.
Apparently he ain't helpful today.
Not today.
There are several reports of ghostly apparitions appearing right in front of tourists at the Devil's Den, but as soon as they try to snag a photo, their devices will flicker and die. One ghost, known as the Ghost Rider, is known to often wander near the den. He will materialize instantaneously, accompanied by the sounds of gunfire and shouting, and then he'll vanish as quickly as he appeared, leaving few clues to his true identity. Which, that sounds like a, what is that haunting called, where it's more like a memory frozen in time? Like, you have intelligent hauntings where, like, the ghost is trying to interact or whatever, and then there's ghosts that are like, it's like a loop. They're replaying this loop for the rest of eternity, you know?
Oh, God.
Like a certain moment that was just so pinnacle, it feels like it's that. Like, he doesn't even know.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know? Another chilling story comes from a young woman who was climbing the rocks with her friend. As she rounded one of the large boulders, a hand reached up from a fissure and grabbed her ankle, which I'd be like, no dog.
That's today.
Looking down, she saw a young man in his Civil War era uniform. I'd be like, sir, what are you doing?
What is this about? I don't want to die with you. Let me go.
Things but no things. Screaming, she looked up for her friend, but just as quickly as she yelled for help, the entity disappeared. Scouring the area, no one was around who even remotely fit the description of what she saw.
Well, duh.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's just Bobby. Where's the Civil War uniform wandering around down here?
The whole
Oh my God, did I just have a great idea that we dress up in Civil War uniforms and just pop out from behind rocks and say stuff to people?
I was hoping that with Jimmy's like whole beard and hairdo thing that he's got going on, he's got these like long mutton chops, like 1800s style. And I was like, this could be a lure for ghosts because they'll think you're one of them. You know what I mean? You've got the whole facial facade going on. Didn't work. I was like, God damn it.
Haven't put on his old army uniform.
Yeah. I'm like, maybe I was just too ready for ghosts that they were like, oh, this bitch needs to calm down.
She's going to try to like put me in her suitcase and take me home. Put me on our podcast.
Right. She's
too much.
It did get eerie at one point. Like, so I walked all the way to the top, and then Camilla and my sister-in-law, Emily, they started walking down because I was going to try to walk this trail that I found. Well, it dead ended into like the construction area. So I started walking back around and everything would get like quietly still. And there was thunder in the background kind of, and like storms kind of moving in. That's the only time I think during the whole visit at the park that I was like, ooh, spooky spaghetti. But hopefully I can compile some more of these stories of, you know, Gettysburg, and I really want to talk about Eastern State Penitentiary, something awful, because that place did give me the oogie boogies. So
yeah,
but that's the story of the Devil's Den.
Fun.
So as soon as things are, you know, as soon as we shout out at the end, you guys definitely stick around for the recording, the little bit of my time at the Devil's Den. I don't think I hear any ghosts, but if you do, let me know for show.
I hope I do.
In other news, if you guys love our podcast, don't forget on the platform that you listen to, rate and subscribe. We would really appreciate it so we can spread the sickness that is Becky and Jen.
Yeah.
We recently hit over 1,000 followers on Facebook, and I want to say thank you guys.
Yes, thank you.
It truly is one of the things that we really enjoy. We love doing this podcast.
We do.
We were bummed we had to miss some time for a little bit there, but we had, you know, life goes on. You know,
yeah.
But we got
finished school. My kid broke his collarbone. Sickness running through the houses
over here. Yeah, shoot.
So
people trying to kill themselves. You know, that didn't really happen to us, but like, you know, just drama. Yeah. But things are kind of settling down, and whenever you're trying to get into like that summer schedule with your kids, you moms know that's just tough.
It is.
You have to add like buy more snacks and shit, and then you have to hear. I was sitting there yesterday trying to have a meeting with my boss, and she's just like in the background.
We're fixing to make a Sam's run and load up for all these children that eat all my food and my money.
It's the day for Costco.
Costco got too much organic shit. I'm not about that life. I'm not buying in bulk because I want 100 million organic carrots. That's not who I am.
I like, I can't eat it now, but they have this sandwich at Costco, and it's like turkey provolone pesto on a
Mm.
ciabatta bun, and it's like toasted, and that shit is chef's kiss.
Yum.
I can't even eat that anymore, but 10 out of 10, my favorite thing in all of Costco.
Yum. You buy it in like the frozen section, or is it like at the
no, it's at
bakery?
the food court with the hot dogs and shit.
Sounds
Bro,
delish.
We'll have to make a Costco run and get you one of them things.
Yum.
But also we got swag now.
Yes, we do.
And it's really nice. Like we went through this company that usually does it for like people trying to fundraise and stuff. And so we picked out some like quality shirts and everything. And so it's not even like vinyl on shirts. It's like sublimation. So it's very nice, very comfy. I just got mine the other day. I ordered another one. So if you guys feel like helping out, you know, everything that we do,
support us.
Yeah, everything we do is free. You know, you do not have to buy. You don't have to do any of that. Also,
I noticed while we're sitting here, we're both wearing shirts from other podcasts today.
Yeah. I'm wearing Last Podcast. She's wearing Don't Go Out There. Shout out, holla. Well, it was been nice talking about ghosts with you.
It has. And in the meantime, I need all of you to stay safe.
Keep your head on a swivel.
And don't bring it too close to home.
And if you do,
get video of the ghosts.
Please let us know.
Yes.
Tell us how they touched you. Show us on the doll where they hurt you. Bye.
Bye.
I was trying to get a picture first. At the Devil's Den. Under construction. Smell of porta potty in the air. The beauty of the orange. Construction webbing keeping us at bay from the rocks that are apparently perilous and slippery. Took a nice little nature's walk. Very cool. Don't feel anything spooky yet. If there's some ghost tears, let me know. Oh yeah, they're building a little bridge up there. Or they're probably redoing it. Probably. Ooh, I wouldn't want to die up there, son. Thing, they didn't even have none of this fancy ass walking shit, like bridges and shit back in those days. I'm trying to figure out where the slaughter pen was. They said the slaughter pen is still open.
Watch it be up and around or we can fucking drive.
Yeah, fucking that would be double two. A word of note that the map isn't the best for Gettysburg, so you might end up doing a lot of unnecessary hiking. Oh, there's the end of it. So I think it's between Little or Big Round Top? I don't know.
It's the Medium Rock.
Medium Rock. Yeah, we can walk up there.
We could also drive up there.
Oh, god damn it.
Because this is the way out.
Yeah, well, we're not going to go out that way. What's that say up there? What? Yeah. I will say...
Like a brigade thing.
Oh, so it's like you could park up there, I think.
Ooh, the fuck.
So where's the slaughter pen? I don't know what that... Oh, I bet you that's what that is. Oh, yeah. That has to be it.
The rain's coming in. You can even feel how cold it's getting, too.
It's very creepy.
Soldiers in the air.
It's quiet. Dark clouds on the horizon. Look, there's a little path this way.
Go back to Dad.
The cold is starting to come through. Anyone here with us?
What's your story, do you know?
I was hoping that soldier that they say appears and tells you what you're looking for. Because I am currently looking for something at the moment.
and he's not appeared. So, hoax? I don't know. Hey, Jimmy, I'm walking up there, and then I'm coming back down. It's too steep for Mom. Come on, Camilla. Stay with me, girl. Why don't you walk right in front of us and stay to the right. That way we can let you know if a car's coming. Go ahead, baby girl. Go ahead. You got a dandelion? Got a dandelion? A dandelion?
Yeah.
Hey, at least it's going to be easy going down.
Oh, yeah.
I just thought about that. I was like, oh man, this is going to suck going back. No, we're going downhill next time.
That's the observation tower?
Yeah.
Second one?
Ooh, somebody took the net down. Ooh. Camilla, get in front of us, babe.
A bird just crossed the line.
I'm going to go down that trail and take a picture. I'm not going to like walk because I love me and I don't want to die.
But like right there?
But I need pictures.
How dare they write this down?
This would be a good strategic spot though. Okay, no, I'm not going to do that. They're working on it. Just kidding. They're here. Camilla, get on this side of the road, please. The tree's under construction too, apparently. Hi, how are you?
All right. Get some exercise.
Yeah. Get them steps in.
That's right.
We're going to go down there.
Yeah.
I'm saying this is the way out. We have to drive up this way.
Mommy, can we go up there and then you read that?
Ooh, that's a little uphill, girl.
Because then we
I think
can
it's
know
not
about why is it called
Devilston?
Devil's.
So, a long time ago, the Native Americans believed there was a snake, a huge snake that lived here in between the rocks.
Didn't you see that like horseshoe thing down there?
I did.
No?
No, I'll show it to you when we're down.
How do you even get it? Oh, right there. Oh yeah, we gotta get a picture from there. And then that's as far as I'm going up.
Oh, of course.
It's not for the faint of heart. I don't ever get my cardio in.
Hey, what's the stepping?
Brook hurts. It's at a different elevation.
You got this, Jen.
You got this, Mom.
I got an ingrown toenail. That hurts.
Use your string.
Wow. Worth it though.
Alright, get this here.
Alright.
Do you want to put your hat on? Or is it too windy? There. Alright.
Alright, let me see if I have enough signal.
Guys, meet us up here.
What?
No, this is... Pennsylvania Street. Spot on this line, and we need to go on to second.
This is the one that talks about the snake.
No, wait. I don't think you can, that's not this one.
It's a different one.
Yeah.
A different rock stone.
But Jen, when we were by that sign,
Yeah.
it was somewhere in the field, like off to the right. I could see like a horseshoe or a snake looking thing.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Milla, stay over here.
This side.
So that's supposed to be the slaughter stand, what we walked through.
The slaughter pen is what we walked through.
Yeah.
Oh, so because we have a vantage point there and a
Yeah.
vantage point here.
Are we gonna go or what?
Hold on.
We are. So I am overlooking, and if you can hear the construction in the background, I'm overlooking Devil's Den with his creepy ass tree that is also under construction, looking towards Little Round Top, and the valley below is the Devil's Den, and unknowingly I actually walked through that. It is quite muddy, so I'm gonna go back down there, do a little bit more recording right there. All right, let's do this. Should we? I wonder what this little trailer is. I wonder if it's like too steep.
How about
I'm
you
just
go
gonna
down
take
there
a peek.
a second?
Woo.
Don't twist an ankle, please. Wait, Mella.
Is it chocolate?
Let's find out.
I'm just gonna go right here.
Okay. Go to that little plaque. What's that say?
Yeah. I wonder if it's just this plaque right here. I think the trail goes all the way down, but why don't you two go that way and I'll go this way.
Okay.
That way, just in case. That way not all of us are having to come up. Camilla, go with Emily. Hold her hand. All right, guys. Going solo for this part. Coming down the side of the Devil's Den. Fucking sounding like fucking snakes and everything coming after me. No big deal. Oh, it's a trail. Yeah. Okay, going back up. Good. Well, at least not all of us are having to go. Alright, back up this hill just to go back down again. Homegirl fat. Whoop. Alright. Imagine the revelry. As this was the win for the Confederates at this site. Emily! Oh, it's fucking creepy out here. If there's any Union soldiers, any Confederate soldiers. Not picky, although I'm highly creeped out. What's this sign say? My time. Yep, so as confirmed. Okay. So I'm headed back down around the edge of Devil's Den. Headed back down to the slaughter pen. See if I can get anybody to talk to me. It's a really weird, eerie stillness in the air. Starting to rain. It's kind of creepy. By cried, I mean a lot. I'm whispering because there's people next to me and I don't want them to think I'm crazy. Any Confederate Union soldiers here, let us know. It's just my little footsteps. Headed back down towards the slaughter pen, and as there's a little light sprinkle in the air. And I keep waiting for the soldier who tells people what they're looking for to pop out, because for a hot 10 minutes there, I was not sure where I was going, what I was doing. I've been walking all over this goddamn valley, so my foot hurts, but definitely worth it. Headed back down to the slaughter pen, see if I can get anything down there. It's so much easier going downhill than it is uphill, though, you guys. Mama's too fat for that. Coming down to the base of the Devil's Den, the opening that the supposed indigenous Americans snake, which is the origin behind it, is not clearly visible, but lots of people coming by. Besides that, it's so eerily quiet. The wind will go, and then it'll stop. Okay, so there's Devil's Den. That's a little round top. This is a slaughter pen.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it as I was coming through, but
I was actually climbing over some of these rocks.
did you feel anything?
It's hard to explain, like, because, like, I am hungry after all, but I don't know, some of these sites, like, just, I don't know, been feeling queasy, but
I will say, when we got to the top, and you get to the top of this and everything, it winds up, and then there's another monument where you can overlook everything between there and there. It's got really still quiet, and the darkness just kind of rolled in, and it was just weird feeling.
yeah, took a lot of pictures, you know, to hold it like that.
Oh, I mean, can it pick you up well right here?
Yeah.
Of course, it's starting to rain right when I wanted to go to the slaughter pen. That's what me and Emily walked through, and I could see why they call it the slaughter pen. It was really muddy and dense.
Yeah, I was climbing.
It's like a little
I
valley.
was climbing up and through some of these rocks. There's so many little crevices and shit in there.
I bet you there's some bones still there, too.
I mean, I was trying to eyeball stuff. I thought
Is
I
our
saw.
car unlocked so they can get in?
Should be. I think I saw like it looked like an old glass bottle or something. Couldn't really tell. I don't know. It's just something. I've been here a few times now, and
The unlock button, just in case.
it's hard to explain. Like, even with the birds going off, it's starting to rain a little bit. There's still, like you said, there's like a very eerie silence to it all.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And we're not supposed to go that way, but we need to go that way. So one last little recording before we run out. There's Bloody Run right here. It's called Plum Run, really. But, and the slaughter pen, but did walk through it earlier. Didn't feel anything. Did see a lot of water. 0 out of 10 on Ghost. 10 out of 10 for views.
If you enjoyed this episode of Too Close to Home, don't forget to rate and subscribe to us on most platforms. Follow us on our social media at Too Close Home Pod on Facebook, at Too Close Podcast on Instagram, or if you have your own Too Close to Home experience, shoot us your story at tooclosetohome@yahoo.com. Thanks for listening.